the DMV and the Columbia Gorge News. It's not some figment of my imagination. It's not something I'm making up. I did legit come here and I did legit speak to the lady and I did legit record half of it because I forgot to turn the damn thing on. The lady told me about her editor and how to get in contact with him. So I have that information. It would not be today because of how late it is. Let's see, what else did I have going on? Oh yeah, she told me to try to get in contact with a newspaper called the Oregonian. I'm going to try to write it down and condense it. I've done that on multiple occasions. It just keeps getting worse. Now, if this is just one situation, I could write it down in an editorial, well, maybe 2 to 3 columns long. Not sure if you guys have ever worked with newspapers. I have. In high school, I was in journalism. And we had it's called, the school newspaper was called the Buffalo Chip. And I was one of the people who wrote for it. Let me tell you about one of my very first stalkers. Her name was Kristen Kepler. It was because of Kristen Kepler that I decided not to even try to have a girlfriend in Chapel because I was afraid Kristen Kepler would fucking shoot them. No joke. But when I was writing for the newspaper there in Chapel, the school newspaper, obviously, not the Chapel Register. Oh, I did get some experience in newspapers and newspaper editing and all of that. You know, I've learned a lot of things in my life because I was interested in them, and that includes journalism. Like I said, the first thing they ever found out I was good at was reading and writing. 8th grade spelling level, college reading level at the age of 6. Woohoo! My intelligence only matters when they can use it against me and pretend that I didn't try and that I'm intelligent enough to do so. And my disabilities only exist when they want to deny the fact that I am intelligent and actually made the effort, and that they're just pretending that I didn't. A lot of these people destroyed evidence, which is great, because the fact that I took screenshots before they destroyed evidence shows that they destroyed evidence. They tried to destroy evidence of their own wrongdoing. Now, Columbia Gorge News is a local paper, and I was explaining to her about how a lot of times it's a small local paper that picks something up like this and looks at it and exposes it. And, you know, she was saying that they don't have a investigative reporter here. Also, my phone is almost dead, so I better pull out one of my chargers so that it doesn't die in the middle of recording it. Maddie Perez typed, "Hi, how are you? Damn FR, ooh, question marks, hope everything is alright." It's not. Natalie Bollinger's still dead. Her predators are still free. My predators are still free. The people who assaulted me have gotten away with it. The people who threatened my little sister and my niece recently got away with it. That includes the officers who were threatening, harassing, and intimidating her. There is no other way to put what it is that they have done. You know, people want to talk shit after the fact when they got busted lying. I'm fine with that. If they're angry, I'm fine with that. Here's the thing, if I'm allowed to be angry, so are they. If I'm allowed to be frustrated, so are they. Do they apply those same rules to me? Absolutely not. If you fuck up, I'm going to tell everybody. If you do the right thing, I'm going to tell everybody. If you do things that are good for me and then you fuck up, I'm still going to admit that you did those good things. Now, the cops, on the other hand, said that you didn't, and you never came forward, knowing full well that the cops were lying, but you never came forward. You never contested it when the cops said it. So it must be true. I know it's not true. You know it's not true, but you never came forward with it. Well, not until you wanted to throw a tantrum and throw it in my face. Like, these people are saying, well, if I tell that dude, that's not going to help you out, dude. Like, how do you know? See, because I'm not asking you to lie for me. I'm asking you to tell the truth. I told these stories for a reason, because they were true stories. The stuff that they were trying to hide, I'm like, oh my God, why would you try to hide that? That is so trivial. And then later on, when they didn't admit that I was telling the truth, later on, when they throw me away, because I've been begging them to come forward and tell the truth about what they know, they throw it in my face, the things that I needed them to admit to. The things I was called a liar and schizophrenic for saying. I needed them to verify that shit. It's not that fucking difficult. It's a 5-minute goddamn phone call that they couldn't make in 6 goddamn years. Fucking stupid shits. And then, of course, I'm a bad person for cursing. No, I'm not. You motherfuckers got my loved ones fucking killed. I don't give a holy fucking goddamn about cursing. Matter of fact, for the most part, I don't give a holy fucking goddamn about the law. As long as the 13th Amendment is in place, slavery is legal, and all homeless are subject to it. Homeless people are the modern Negro. Now, why is it that I'm using Negro instead of black? It's because I was told that black is offensive. Just recently. Meanwhile, the last time I used Negro because I was told that black was offensive, I was told I needed to say African American because Negro is offensive. But then when I tried to use African American, I was told, are you fucking stupid? Not all fucking black people are from Africa. There's plenty of black people from the United States. There's plenty of black people in South America. There's plenty of black people in Australia. There's black people in New Zealand. There's black people in fucking Siberia. So, yeah, you're right. They're not African American. They're not black. And apparently, Negro is not offensive. But it also depends on who you're talking to. Some people who are black find African American offensive. Some people who are black find black offensive. Some people who are black find Negro offensive. Meanwhile, it's the N-words that we need to steer clear of, apparently. But that's apparently not racist unless a white person says it. But also, it depends on whether or not you like the white person. Well, this don't make any damn sense. Right is right and wrong is wrong, ain't it? What was the point in me doing the things that were done to me back? To prove that those things were wrong. That the rules are different for them than they are for me. It's not illegal for them to do it to me, but it's illegal for me to do it back. Oh, and now the most recent development, it's illegal for me to even speak up about it. It's illegal for me to protest. Maddie Perez type, I'm so sorry about that. What can I do? Well, you can make some phone calls and tell people what's going on. You could send me your email address and I can forward you the messages between Natalie and I and a lot of other evidence. I can show you what's been going on, how people treat me, and the bullshit excuses that they make. If you look at stuff at the very end, you go, oh, well, if you listen to that part just at the very end with these people, you get to go, oh, well, Sean's the bad guy. But when you look at all of it, you realize that these people bullshit me every step of the way, and I was well within my rights to be very angry with these people. When you know that a disabled adult is being abused and you do nothing, it is your fault they are being abused. That's why we have mandated reporter laws. If you know that a minor, if you see a minor being abused, about the abuse in the state of Nebraska, you are automatically, by law, required to report it. That also extends to the elderly and also extends to the developmentally disabled. So the problem is that we have no civilian oversight. So these officers blow us off and tell us it's not their job, it's not their job, it's not their job. But later on, they do those things for others. So obviously, it is their job. If it's their job to do it for them, it's also their job to do it for you. That's equality. That's how America is supposed to work on paper. But we don't live on paper, do we, folks? No, we don't. Paper is flat. Is the earth flat? Oh, God, let's not get into that argument. Absolutely, the earth is flat. In places. Parts of this parking lot are reasonably flat. Reasonably. The salt flats are pretty flat. I think what they were saying on the Discovery Channel thing about the salt flats is that the salt flats, in the table itself, it varies less than 1 degree. One degree. That's incredible, because not the table, the basin. My most sincere apologies on that. The basin itself is miles of less than 1 degree of variance. So yes, there are parts of the world that are flat, but that's not a piece of paper. A protection order is just a piece of paper. And I've tried to explain to you guys that. You know, a protection order, I can't even get a protection order without help doing it. I have to go to officers who assaulted me and took part in these things in order to try to turn it in. When it comes to how the mentally ill and disabled and homeless are treated, we are your go-to scapegoats for everything. A lot of people will use disabled people to commit crimes for them. One guy I was locked up with in Arapahoe County Jail, he wanted to brag about he convinced a mentally disabled person to kill somebody for him. There was also a mentally disabled person I was in there with. He said that he was in there for attempted murder or assisted murder. He said he walked into somebody's back door to go talk to them and that they were dead on the floor. And of course, he was in Arapahoe County Jail awaiting trial. This is a guy who's severely mentally disabled. And he was telling me that, well, he didn't kill anybody. And I don't know if I believe him or not, but I know it's worth looking into. I can't find the cords to my chargers. I got my chargers already. They're right here. But looking for the cords for them, this one doesn't work anymore. It's fried. Just more problems that cost money, right? This one doesn't work because it's attached to a web camera. That's the plug, but it's here we go. Charging only. Yeah, I take 2 of the batteries, I tape them together. No, it is not a stick mag for an AR-15. By the way, if it was a stick mag for an AR-15, it'd be curved. That would be more of like an FN FAL or something if it was straight like that. Anyway, I suppose ain't much need for me to be here. I told you that the place moved, and I told the truth about that. Obviously, the Columbia Gorge News, like it said on the door was right. It was right here in the same building as the DMV. Apparently, I gotta try to call and set up an appointment in the Dalles with the editor there, and I have his name. And then I'm also going to have to try to get a hold of the Oregonian. The problem is, again, without assistance, I don't know how I'm going to get the information to them. The Dalles is only, that's way less than an hour away. So I could go to the Dalles and actually meet with that guy in person and show him the evidence in person if he's willing to meet with me. The Oregonian, I believe that is in, it's probably Eugene. I want to say it should be Portland, but I think it's Eugene. We'll have to look that up. Like I said, I don't know everything. I'm guesstimating at this point, and when I know for sure, I'll let you know. If one of you guys knows for sure and looks it up, that's great too. Perez typed, I understand you, true, and I agree with you. All right, so Miss Perez and Merm, my email address is doggedroman@gmail.com. DOGGEDROMAN@gmail.com. If you send me messages, I'll forward you messages from Natalie and I. The correspondence in our emails, you'll get to see it yourself.